Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video here on the Sam Cooks Kindness YouTube channel. I am Sam, and I am so happy that you are here. Today, I'm taking you along with me for another full day of eating. I am vegan. I follow a mostly plant-based diet, but you know, little treats here and there because I like to be realistic. And it's working for me so far. Sustainable little changes over time have led me to a 70-pound weight loss, and it is still counting slowly, but it's going down, which is the goal. So I just got back from a little vacation. My parents took my kids for a few nights, and my husband and I got away. We went to the most beautiful bed and breakfast that I have ever experienced in the Poconos. We had an amazing, amazing time. But of course, I had some things I wouldn't typically eat. I did a fabulous job of sticking with my normal meals. I packed lots of potatoes, lots of veggies, lots of fruit, and I ate all of those things. I did have a few alcoholic beverages along the way, and I also had ice cream a couple times. I will post pictures. I completely basically unhooked for this vacation, and it was much needed. It was wonderful, but I did take a few pictures, so I'll put up whatever I have of like a breakfast that the host made for us. They accommodated our vegan diet, which was amazing. And whatever else I feel like putting in, I will put in for you here. So today I hopped on the scale for the first time since getting back, and I am happy to say it did not go up. It actually went down a little bit, and I am shocked and surprised and very, very happy about that. So that really motivates me to just keep on going. So today I am back to my normal routine. I'm about to throw together my breakfast, and I am going to tell you I have been missing my oatmeal so much because I haven't had it for 3 days and it feels like a lifetime. So let's make some cauliflower oatmeal. I have my oatmeal, my cauliflower oats with that chocolate protein, a little bit of cocoa powder. I've been putting my vegan collagen in here. It mixes in, you don't even notice that it's in there. And I have my coffee with some soy milk, and that is my breakfast. And I'm so excited to dig into this. Please excuse the background noise. We still have about a week and a half left of summer vacation, so my kids live here. We're going to hear them. But I just want to say that this vacation, this is really hot. This like little getaway that I had with my husband was so needed, and it was just, I feel so refreshed. I'm a little sad that it's over, but we just had so much fun. The bed and breakfast was amazing. I am going to link the bed and breakfast that we stayed at because it was just amazing. It was like nothing I had ever experienced. The hosts were just so involved, and they made it so fun. And like they did an ice cream social one night, and they got us vegan ice cream, and it was just so nice. So if you're ever looking to go to the Pocono area, I'm going to link them because I just highly, highly recommend it. And the area was really, really nice. There was a lot to do. There was little towns around that we got to shop in, tons of hikes. We checked out the Mocha chocolate factory, and we got to see them make this like chocolate that's like ethical. It's like ethical chocolate, and it was really cool. They make it all by hand. We had to go there and sample the vegan chocolates that they had, and they had coffee, and they even had vegan ice cream there too. So it sounds like I ate a lot of ice cream, but those were the only 2 times, promise. Yeah, so we just had a great time. It was nice. It was nice to get out and away with just my husband. We haven't had that time together in a while, and I really appreciated it. And now I'm going to dig into my breakfast. I think it's finally cooled down enough. I missed you so much, Oats. Hi. I am sipping on my creatine. This is something that I take every single day, as well as my collagen. I've had a couple people ask me what I'm thinking about them. I've been taking them since probably like March or April. I think I started them, taking them religiously every single day. And I do notice a difference, especially with the creatine. I think that it has improved my strength, and it also has kind of cleared my head a little bit. I feel like I have a little bit less mom brain than I used to. I tend to be a little I don't know how to say it nicely. Like I would do like silly things after I had kids, like leave like my keys in the fridge and like silly things like that. And my kids are 7 and 8 now, and that really didn't improve very much over time, except this actually has helped with that. So I am definitely going to continue taking this. I've seen lots of like studies and stuff that have a lot of positive effects. I saw one recently that somebody was talking about that it actually improves memory in dementia patients, which I think is like super, super interesting. So all positive things about the creatine, and I plan on continuing it. I don't see an end in sight for that one. As far as the collagen goes, it's kind of harder to gauge for me. I do notice that my nails are a lot stronger. They can be a lot longer than they used to be. I used to keep my nails like super short because they'd like break all the time, and they don't do that anymore. And also notice that I'm not shedding quite as much as I used to as well. So I take that. I think those were benefits of the collagen. But again, this is all just like a subjective experience that I am having. So it's hard for me to say for sure one way or the other what these things are actually doing for me. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. That's my experience. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't take these things, but that's just my 2 cents. It is lunchtime, and I am picking at some watermelon that I cut up yesterday. I picked this up from a local farm stand, and it is probably the best watermelon I had all year. So good. So I'm going to pick at this while I prep the rest of my lunch. And I'm kind of piecing things together because my kitchen is pretty sparse right now. There's not much going on in it because I was just away, and I'm like trying to not go food shopping until next week because I have like some produce pickups. Like we did the CSA, so I have a pickup from that today, so I'll get some produce there, and I think I have enough potatoes to last me through to next week. So just gonna piece things together. So today I'm gonna do a buffalo salad bowl type situation with some potatoes. I have a little bit of leftover tofu. I have a little bit of leftover seitan that needs to get eaten, and then I'm just going to scrounge up whatever veggies I can find and make it a meal. So I just cut up and cubed the potato and microwaved it in my steamer for about 5 minutes, and I'm tossing that into my air fryer with the end of a bag of frozen veggies, and that is going to be that's going to be the hot component because I like to make bowls that have cold and hot things together. It just makes it feel more cozy. So I just took a minute to chop up some celery. I had a little bit of leftover green beans in the fridge, cucumber and tomatoes. Those are going to be my fresh veggies on top of my greens. I like to add a pickled element to my bowls, so I'm just going to do some banana peppers. And for my protein, I'm just going to stick with the seitan because I think that's going to go bad first. So we're eating that. And while the hot stuff is finishing up, I'm going to top this with this wing sauce that I have. It's 20 calories per tablespoon. There is a little bit of oil in it, but I generally try to keep things around 20 calories per tablespoon to keep things on the lower calorie side when I'm using pre-bought sauces. So I'm going to put that on top and give this a good mix. So I added the hot stuff. I'm going to do another little drizzle of the buffalo sauce over top. I have a little bit of leftover hummus, so I'm going to just do a little dollop of that for a touch of creaminess. And that is going to be my complete lunch. So here is my big bowl of buffalo-y veggie goodness. It's got potatoes for satiating starches. It's got the protein from the seitan. It's got some fat in there from the sauce and a little bit from the tahini, and it's just gonna be filling. This is how I build high volume, low calorie dense meals, and I've been loving the bowl combinations lately and enjoying putting my giant new bowls to use. I love these so much. So I'm gonna give this a good mix so everything gets combined really nicely, and then I'm going to dig in. I love these. I am sipping on my matcha and thinking about my dinner tonight. I think I'm going through a little bit of caffeine withdrawal because the last 3 days have been full of coffee. They had a really nice coffee bar, and so it was just like an all-day thing, which was probably a bad choice on my part because now I'm dealing with it, but that's okay. So for dinner, I'm getting a little bit creative and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm just loving the local produce right now. This time of the year, it's so good. So I have some local corn that I'm gonna cook up from one of our favorite places to get corn. That's so good. And then I have some poblano peppers that I picked up. Ooh. I have some poblano peppers that I picked up from another like farm stand nearby. And I used to absolutely die for chili rellenos, those like really cheesy fried, poblano peppers that are delicious. So I'm gonna make a healthier version of that for my dinner, and I haven't made this before, so it's just gonna be me playing around, but I'm very excited about it, and I hope it turns out as good as what I'm thinking that it's gonna be. I'm gonna make some like a veggie taco meat using TVP to go inside. I'm gonna make my cheese sauce. You can find the recipe for the cheese sauce on my cheesesteak recipe. I've made it before on this channel, so I'll link the cheesesteak recipe so that you can find the cheese sauce. I'm gonna make that cheese sauce for this because I think that's like the perfect texture. And then I know it's usually like a red sauce that they do, but I'm gonna use the leftover salsa verde that I have because I made like a ton of it. I'm still going through that, so we're gonna use that. And obviously it's not gonna be fried. I'm going to like blister these on the stove so that they get nice and black, and then we'll peel off the outside and get rid of the seeds inside and stuff them, and they're just gonna be real good, I hope. For the taco meat, I'm gonna just use onion, tomato, some Swiss chard because I got it in the CSA today and I don't really love Swiss chard, so I'm just gonna chop it up real small and add it to this taco meat, and TVP for my protein, and then I'm gonna flavor it up with tons of spices, coriander, cumin, chili powder, paprika, Vegeta, which is like a stock, and garlic powder, nutritional yeast. And I'm gonna just taste it and see what else it needs. Probably a little bit of soy sauce in there until it looks good. So I know this isn't like much of a recipe really for you, but this is just a normal day in my life. So this is how I cook when I am just cooking for myself and my family. If I'm not following a recipe, I just kind of wing things, taste them, see how they are, adjust as needed, just using up what I have on hand. So I'm gonna add in the tough parts, the stems of the Swiss chard with the onion, and I'm gonna let that cook down a little bit. I'll add the greens closer to the end. I'm gonna do a cup of TVP. Honestly, it's probably just my husband and myself that's gonna eat this. My daughter will try it. My son is pretty picky, so he probably won't even try this even when I beg him to. So this is really kind of just for me and my husband. So 1 cup is more than enough. And we're gonna add water in there to get that TVP to start to rehydrate. And again, this is just something I eyeball, so I'm starting with a cup, and once all that absorbs, then I'll add some more if I need to. I'm gonna add in some spices now. Gonna dice up the tomatoes next and add that in our mix. So I just added some pepper, and I'm gonna add some tamari for a little bit more salty umami-ness in there. And then I'm just gonna let this simmer and cook and let all the flavors kind of meld together. I want this to be kind of thick because I want to be able to stuff it into my pepper. So I'm just gonna keep cooking it until like all that extra liquid really like absorbs in there. So we're letting this cook and get nice and thick. And then once it's closer to being done, I'll add in the rest of the Swiss chard so that it just kind of wilts and disappears in there. And now I'm gonna go outside and shuck some corn. So in here I have a blend of cashews, water, miso, salt, apple cider vinegar, and tapioca starch. I'm gonna blend this all up. This is my cheese sauce. And then after it's blended and smooth, we just cook it on the stove, continuing to stir it as it cooks until it thickens and gets nice and gooey and cheesy. Hello, sir. Sit. Good boy. Uh-oh. Good boy. Yum. So whenever I'm cooking a meal, I'm always thinking in my head, how could I possibly get more vegetables into my body? And so today I'm just gonna do a side of zucchini because I have the chili rellenos. So I have the pepper and I have the onion and the tomato in there and the Swiss chard. So there's already veggies there, but I want more veggies. So I'm gonna do a side of zucchini, and then the corn is my starch in this meal. Now it's finally time to put together my plate. I started with the corn and that zucchini, and then I popped on those peppers and packed them full of that TVP taco meat. I topped it all off with that cheese sauce that I just made. It was so thick and gooey. It was perfect for this. I think these came out better than I was expecting. I love that gooey cheese. All the flavors really came together and hit all those notes that I was looking for. This is another great example of how you can have foods that you enjoy in a more healthy way while keeping things delicious and lower on the calorie density scale. This is where I'm going to say goodnight and wrap up this video. I'm making myself a hot tea and I'm gonna curl up with a book or maybe work on editing this video, one or the other. But either way, I am done eating for the day. This is everything that I ate in a day, focusing on a lot of whole food items while trying to keep the calorie density of my meals lower while I'm on a health journey. I hope it gave you some meal inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss another video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!